Hello friends, welcome back to this series of TypeScript, and today we are going to discuss about the arrays. So you might be familiar about the arrays, but still in case we are going to start it for the TypeScripts, let me just remind few things about the arrays. Array is a collection of homogeneous elements. This is the first thing you need to remember, a collection of homogeneous elements. What does mean by homogeneous? What is the meaning of homogeneous? It's simple. It's same data type, right? So it's a collection of those elements which are of the same data type. They can be all strings, right? They can be all numbers, but whatever they are, they will be of all similar data type, not similar, same data type. Okay, like if I do something like this is a collection of all the numbers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17, 9, and 10. So this is all about the numbers. So this is a collection of the numbers. So this is specifically telling about a specific data collection which is of type number, right? And this is known as the array of numbers. So what is an array? It's a collection of homogeneous elements. And this is the first thing that you need to remember. The second thing is that it's the memory allocated for all these elements is contiguous. Memory allocated for all these is contiguous. Contiguous means in a continuous memory allocation, right? Like if this is 1000 and you know that if a number, suppose a number takes 4 bytes, right? It takes 4 bytes. A number takes 4 bytes. So 1001 and 1004, right? So 1001 and 1004. So in this location, one integer starting from 1001 till 1004, one number, or you can say one integer, can be stored, right? So if we create the collection using the arrays, and if we have to store the second element like the 3 is also a number, then it doesn't go to any other place, like it doesn't go to 2005 or something. It starts immediately after the 1004, which is 1005. So it will start from 1005 and it will go till 1008. So these 4 bytes will be occupied by the next immediate element. So this is how the memory is allocated continuously in memory location for an array. Array is a collection of same data type objects or elements, right? So this is the meaning of contiguous memory location, right? And the third thing is that it has an advantage of random access. If you have to reach to this location, then you need to just use the index, and the indexing starts from the 0. Using the index, you can do the random access using index. And how does index starts? Index starts from 0. Okay, so from 0 it starts. So very first element in the array will be at the 0th index. The first element will be at the second element will be at the first index. The third element is at the second index. So that is the way, right? So if you have declared an array with name A, then A0 means this first element, A2 means this third element, 0, 1, 2, right? In case of A2, this is the third element, right? So this is how we access the elements in an array using the indexes, and we can directly jump to a particular location, a particular value at a particular index, and that is why this is called as random access. So random access is possible in arrays. Okay, now the fourth thing that you must need to remember is that this array is a user defined type, right? Why it's a user defined type? When you define some numbers, say let a number, you define like this, right? So number is an inbuilt data type, or it will take 4 bytes only, right? So all the parameters, all the things that it will take, right, in the memory, what it will be, the name is a different thing, but it's a basic characteristic has been defined by the system itself. It's an inbuilt data type by the system itself. So integer will take 4 bytes, that is sure. But when you define an array, suppose you define an array like this. This is the symbol which you use to create the array that we will discuss in the next video, that how to create these. So in this case, suppose you have taken 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, right? So memory for 5 elements will be allocated. But if you have declared it for 3, then memory for 3 will be allocated. So how much memory it will occupy in the memory, how much memory it is going to occupy, that is decided by you, the programmer, right? And that is why when you are deciding that what will be the size in memory, how it will be accessed, right? So these are things that are decided by you, right? So that is why it's a user defined data type. It's not inbuilt data type. Array is never an inbuilt data type. It's a user defined data type. Okay. So these are the basic concepts related to the arrays. And similarly, we can discuss about the two-dimensional arrays. That is a important topic. Two-dimensional array. So two-dimensional array looks like a matrix. You can imagine like a matrix. Looks like, or you can better say imagine like a matrix, right? So it is something like this. Suppose I am going to create a matrix, or you can say a table of 2 by 2, right? So there are two elements, 2 by 2. There are 2 by 2, which means two rows are there, and each row contains two columns, right? So this is the first row, this is the second row, this is the first column, this is the second column of the first row, right? So this is 0 0, this is 0 1, right? This is 1 0, this is 1 1. This is how the indexing is done. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? So this is the first thing that is indicated by the row. So again, the indexing starts from 0. So if you have to talk about this very first element, it's not A11, it's A00. If the name of this array is A, then it's A00, right? Now, when we talk about these kind of arrays, the two-dimensional arrays, then the memory again is contiguous, right? And we start like this. This starts from here, and then it goes to here, and then it here. Like this is the way the memory will be allocated, right? But this is not the way memory is allocated, getting allocated in the memory, right? This is continuous. Still it is continuous. It is not like that it is 1001 and 1008 here, this is 1005 here, and 4 here. So 4 is 4 ends and the 5 starts for the second, and then you think like there are 12 15 16 something like that, and then here it starts like 1099 something like that. No, it's not like that. If it ends at 1008, the first row ends at 1008, then the second row will start at 1009, right? So all the elements are in contiguous memory allocation in case of two-dimensional array as well, right? So it is like 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. These are all 1 2 3 4 elements. These are all contiguous. It starts from 1001, ends at 1004. It starts from 5, it ends at 8. It's 1005 and 1008. Okay. It starts from 9, it ends till 12. It starts from 13 and end at 16, right? So this is the way you have to understand this. Like this is not exactly a matrix kind of memory management. Like suppose you might think, someone might think like this could be like there could be number of elements and we are taking 2 by 2, so we are taking this chunk. No, in memory it is not like this. In memory this is not like this. In representation, in imagination, in your imagination it is like this, but reality is like this, right? This way. So even if you are declaring an array, two-dimensional array which looks like a matrix, is still the memory arrangement is not matrix. You can imagine it as a matrix, you can imagine it as a table, but in reality, in memory, it is not going to take a matrix form, it is going to take a contiguous memory allocation. Okay, so this you need to remember. So I hope this is really useful for you, and in the next video you will see that how we can create the arrays, how we can access the elements of the arrays. So have a nice day and bye bye. Please keep sharing my videos. Please like and please subscribe my channel. Thank you.